What is it that makes someone a natural-born leader? Well, for anyone born on January 10th, the answer might just be written in the stars and in the numbers. So if this is your birthday or you know someone who shares it, you're about to discover the unique blueprint that defines what we call the executive pioneer. So, is this your day? We usually think of our birthday as just, a date on the calendar. But really, it can be a key that unlocks our core characteristics, our biggest strengths, and yep, even our potential challenges. Let's dig in and see what makes January 10th so powerful. Right at the heart of the January 10th personality is this powerful archetype, the executive pioneer. Just think about that for a second. Executive, that makes you think of authority, of structure, but then you have pioneer, which is all about originality and blazing new trails. It's this exact combination, this dual identity, that we're going to explore. All right, to really get a handle on the executive pioneer, we've got to start at the very foundation, the cosmic and numeric code that shapes this personality. It's this incredible mix of astrological influence and numerological energy.
Okay, so here's where the cosmic recipe really comes together. As a Capricorn, you're ruled by Saturn. That gives you a ton of discipline and the ability to see the long game. Then you've got the earth element, which keeps you grounded and focused on what's real, on what works. And the cardinal modality, well, that's your engine. It's what drives your initiative, your need to lead. You're not just a dreamer. You're the one who builds and manages the dream.
But wait, it's not just astrology. Your numerology is a huge piece of this puzzle. Your birth date, the 10th, reduces down to the number 1, because 1 plus 0 is 1. And in numerology, the number 1 is everything. It's the beginning, the prime mover. It's all about leadership, independence, and that pioneering spirit. It's the raw energy of someone who is literally destined to start something new and lead the way. And when you put it all together, you can see this amazing fusion happen. You get Capricorn's structured ambition, and you combine it with the trailblazing, independent energy of the number 1. And what do you get? Not just a leader, but an executive pioneer. Someone who doesn't just manage what already exists, but who builds what's coming next.
So, what kind of person does this blueprint actually create? Let's paint a little portrait of the executive pioneer's core character. Because with this much power comes a pretty unique set of strengths, and of course, some potential challenges.
The biggest challenge for any executive pioneer is one word: balance. Your confidence, your discipline, your resilience, these are your superpowers, no question. You're the one people look to when things get tough. But every superpower has a shadow, right? That incredible drive can sometimes harden into stubbornness. That intense focus can make you wall off your emotions, maybe even lead you down the path of workaholism. The lifelong journey for you is learning how to channel all that immense power in a healthy, constructive way. So, how does this whole executive pioneer blueprint actually play out in the real world? Let's look at two of the most important areas in anyone's life: relationships and money. This is where your natural leadership style is really put to the test.
When it comes to relationships, that Capricorn nature really shines. You are incredibly loyal, protective, and just a bedrock of stability for your partner. But that fiercely independent number 1 energy is always there too. And when you combine it with your laser focus on achievement, it creates this constant tension. How do you lead in your career without leaving your personal life feeling a little left behind?
So who do you connect with best? Well, a lot of the time it's fellow Earth signs like Taurus and Virgo. They get you, they appreciate your stability and your practical nature. But you also find these really deep connections with water signs. We're talking Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They bring the emotional depth and intuition that perfectly balances out your own grounded, authoritative nature. Now let's talk money. Your strengths here are crystal clear. You are a disciplined, long-term wealth builder. You look at finances like another system to manage and master. The challenge? That same discipline can become a little over-controlling, and your practical nature might make you avoid taking some necessary risks. Just remember, true security sometimes requires a little bit of flexibility. Okay, now let's talk about the area where the executive pioneer really truly comes into their own: your career. This is the domain where your natural desire for command, for structure, and for results can create some pretty extraordinary success. See the common thread running through all these? It's all about authority and the power to shape outcomes. You're not meant to be just another cog in the machine. You're meant to design the machine. Whether you're building a company from the ground up, shaping society as a politician, upholding structure as a judge, or charting the future as a strategist, you thrive when you can turn your vision into a real,
tangible reality. So, what does this all add up to? Let's bring everything together to understand the ultimate path for a January 10th person and the kind of legacy you're really here to build. Ultimately, your whole life path really centers on three pillars: authority, achievement, and purposeful leadership. Your journey isn't just about climbing some ladder for personal gain, it's about building something meaningful, something that will last. It's about using your natural authority to make a real impact on the world. And here it is, the ultimate takeaway. Your ambition, it's going to take you far. Your discipline is your superpower. But the real key to a truly fulfilling life, to lasting success, is learning to balance that immense drive with emotional openness. It's about connecting with other people, delegating trust, and allowing for some vulnerability right alongside all that strength. So we'll leave you with this thought. You have the blueprint for leadership, a spirit for pioneering, and the discipline to make it all happen. The only question left is, as the executive pioneer, what new world will you build?